Well, good morning. Thank you all for coming. I'm DPD Police Chief Ron Thomas. I'm going to provide a preliminary briefing on a police shooting that occurred in the 3200 block of South Parker Road here just behind me. What I can share at this time is that we had a call just before 2 o'clock in the morning of a burglary in progress to a unit 3215 South Parker Road. Officers responded within just a couple of minutes. Approached the location and identified that there was an individual inside of what appears to be like a shed or some sort of storage facility. They ordered that individual to come out. A male party exited the shed with what appeared to be some sort of large object, a knife that was what their belief was. They ordered that individual to put the knife down. He initially complied, set the knife down on like a retaining wall. And then for some unknown reason, he reacquired that weapon and then advanced toward the officers. The two officers there fired at the individual. He went down. They immediately began to render medical aid until an ambulance arrived and was able to transport that person to Swedish hospital, where they ultimately were pronounced deceased. So at this time, we have initiated our officer-involved shooting critical incident protocol. So we have investigators from the State Patrol and CBI that are out here assisting our homicide investigators, conducting an investigation under the oversight of the Office of the Independent Monitor, and that investigation will be turned over to the District Attorney for their review. Questions?
Do you know if this individual is an adult or a minor?
Appeared to be an adult. We don't even have an identification on the individual yet, but he appeared to be an adult.
A male?
Male adult, yes.
What can you share about this area? I mean, I think there was a shooting here not too long ago or late last month. What's crime data like in this area?
I think crime data shows that this is a safe area. I mean, obviously quite coincidental that there was a shooting as a result of a robbery that occurred at the Maverick just up the street. This is a completely isolated, separate incident, a burglary. I think that often there are property crimes that occur in large apartment complexes like this, and so probably not uncommon. But I think this is a very safe area, completely isolated incident.
You know anything more about that burglary? What was in that shed, and clarity on if that person actually lived here and actually owned something in there, or if that was in fact a burglary?
It was in fact a burglary, so it actually called in by the homeowner who was off-site, but was able to see what was going on from a ring camera that they had affixed to their property, was able to provide information on where the subject was. So we are clear that it was a burglary in progress. Unclear exactly what all was inside of this storage facility.
Okay. And then you mentioned a knife. You know it's a knife for sure? You guys have found a knife?
So we have found an object that I think officers reasonably believe to be a knife. It's like a stake or something like that. So has a handle on it, is a shiny metal object, significant length.
Any known, did the suspect know the home he was breaking into?
Unknown at this time. We don't even know who he is. We don't know where they reside, and so we're unsure if they're familiar with this area or not.
And you said 2 officers showed the suspect?
Correct. 2 officers responded to the initial call. They were the only 2 officers that were on scene at the time of the incident, and the shooting occurred literally within minutes of their arrival.
And how serious were the suspect's injuries?
Well, he was ultimately pronounced deceased.
Any background on time of service with those officers?
Both officers are relatively new officers, just a few years on the job.
No one else with the suspect?
No, the suspect was by himself.
I think my last question is just kind of context on this area. So these are all residential, right? And there's just some shed spaces
Correct.
back in here?
Yeah, so
It's like a
there
complex
are, my observation was that there's like porches on each one of these individual incidents, and there's some sort of a storage object on one of the porches, it seems like, and that was what the individual had broken into and was rummaging through.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I mean, I think it's important to state that both the officers are doing well. They are both downtown, and we're awaiting obtaining statements from them.
They were at no point made contact with the potential weapon he was holding, right?
That's correct. They were able to discharge their weapons before he was able to get in contact with them with that object.
Just to verify, was it both officers that discharged weapons, or just
That's correct.
both?
That's correct.